MLB The Show could have done it. Death Stranding 1 should have done it. And Lego Horizon still didn't do it. What am I talking about? I am talking about convincing the PlayStation community that Sony is a third-party publisher. One game did it though. One game convinced the entire PlayStation community that Sony is not out here to make friends, you ponies. What is Sony out here to do?
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
Yes, the entire PlayStation community yesterday found out that Sony don't care about your exclusives. No, Sony cares about profits and money like any other company. I mean, these guys is not coming to the realization of that. Well, it just so happened that some ponies are telling Sony this.
You betrayed me. Did you tell the folks that? Did you tell them?
Yes, there are some PlayStation fans who are feeling betrayed by Sony. I mean, there are even some going as far as saying this. One pony tweeted, "I'm sure you are, but as someone who has invested thousands upon thousands of dollars over the course of a PlayStation's 30-year existence, as have many others like me, they offer me personally as a PlayStation hardcore owner nothing at all and continue to do so. I understand your stance, but understand mine as a consumer. It seems this current PlayStation is changing and has lost its way on what's important in the case for growth and expansion, while not even ratcheting down and improving on things that they can within their own console community. And so just like y'all are making the tough decision, I'll be making mine going forward. Every decision and action has consequences attached, rather they be short-term or long-term effects. Moves like this don't create value in your core community or encourage others to buy in either. You'll be safe." Yes, the PlayStation community, they are livid. There are some persons who are even saying this. Kurt the Gamer tweeted, "Packed up and ready to be sold. It was fun while it lasted, but this is the last PlayStation console I'll buy. I just don't play it. Just collecting dust. Off to a better place. PlayStation just isn't the same anymore." Yes, these ponies are crashing out all over the place. So let me ask you, where were you when that news dropped? Well, I'll tell you something. I was on the streets moonwalking. I am the only YouTuber who could do that moonwalk smooth like Egyptian silk. I mean, if it is you know another YouTuber that can do that, let me know. Come on, do me a favor, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that like and subscribe button. So as these ponies still try to recover from that news, yes, in this video you would see how the PlayStation community is coping. You would see a level of cope that knows no bounds. You would see how these ponies are losing their minds. They are coming up with all sorts of narratives. Now, there are some who have accepted it, but there are others who ain't going down like that. These guys are coping so hard. Yes, ponies. Today, PlayStation told all of us, you are not enough. Let's get it.
This is a sickness.
Let's get it. So guys, do me a favor, we're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if this type of content interests you, hit that like and subscribe button. For that sub that you're giving me, you're getting some of the best Xbox content this side of the internet. And of course, we specialize in the Sony Pony Salt, as you can clearly see. So do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. A couple of months ago, KD from the Iron Lords podcast made a statement that went over the PlayStation community heads.
I'm just dying to know where he's going.
I don't know where
We
he's
all
going with
thought
this.
these first-party bangers were sufficient and self-sustaining. We really find out it's all about
Are you
find out that y'all all of this don't equal this. You are not enough.
Are you
All this that you brought right now don't matter to them. This do. This what the deal is about. They don't want the information to come out that this ain't worth that. All of this joint that y'all was capping for meant nothing.
Yes, time and time again, PlayStation is showing the PlayStation community that guess what? They are not enough. Yes? Don't matter how many ponies are out there, it could be a field of horses. You are not enough. You are not enough to prevent Sony from putting their games on PC. You are not enough to prevent Sony from putting their games on Nintendo. And now you are not enough to prevent Sony from putting their games on Xbox. You're simply just not enough. Now let's react to a number of ponies coping and really seating that guess what? They can't believe. They are now coming up with all sorts of narratives as to why Sony would do this. Why would Sony put Helldivers 2 on a dead platform? No one knows the answer in the PlayStation community. So let's what MBG has to say. MBG is worried about why everyone is talking about Helldivers 2 and no one is talking about the layoffs. Why did Sony decide to drop this now? Is Microsoft and Sony in cahoots? Let's listen.
But MBG, is Xbox even going to have a console? Honestly, like you said, it's a nuanced situation, but people really like to force confirmation bias and be sensationalist about it. Well, you know what's interesting to me? Tarnished, speaking about sensationalism, I'm seeing some places and some people, they seem to be, putting a much greater emphasis on Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox than they were the even just yesterday with the insane news coming out. Not everybody, but I've seen a little bit of that, and that's quite surprising to me because it's like, dude, if you're more of an Xbox player, you should definitely be more focused on it should be more sensationalist. The sensationalism should be coming in the form of these layoffs and the studio closures and the game cancellations.
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
So MBG wants Xbox fans to focus on the layoffs, focus on the one studio being closed, focus on the 3 games that were cancelled, and cry about everything that went wrong with Xbox. This is what MBG wanted. And the fact of the matter is that no, Xbox gamers understand. Xbox gamers understood that when Phil Spencer and the team hired a director for a game, hire a producer for a game, he expects that the director do his job and the producer does his. So when it is after 5 years, these individuals don't produce, these individuals don't deliver, what do you expect will happen? You expect job closures. Yes, it's very sad that the team has to suffer for leadership. This team has to suffer for what their superiors would have done. But that is in any business. In any business, if it is you don't deliver in what is expected of you, you will get the axe. So Xbox team or the Xbox community must cry about something that is happening in business all along. MBG, get out of here. When PlayStation had its layoffs, you didn't stay 2 days or 3 days talking about those layoffs. You didn't. So now you are criticizing Xbox fans for not talking long about the layoffs. Get out of here. Helldivers is on Xbox. Deal with it.
More so than what we're seeing with like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't even be saying anything about Helldivers 2. No, you should. This is something that everybody's got to acknowledge. But I mean, this should not be their priority right now. But, I get it. The timing is fascinating, is it not? Like, it genuinely makes me wonder, are Sony and Microsoft actually in cahoots here?
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Because I'm like, Sony, you could have announced this at any time, dude. And you choose now. That's some very interesting timing. Where, like, I don't know.
Yes, these guys are confused. They are so confused that now they are saying Microsoft and Sony is sitting down having tea. But on another note, could anyone tell me what J-Dub is doing? I'm finding J-Dub awfully quiet these days. J-Dub, don't worry, you'll bounce back, man. You will bounce back with more bad Xbox news. Don't worry. Well, now it's time to listen to the Pony podcast as they come together to cope. They really are looking for ways to see how they can spin that a PlayStation first-party game is coming to an Xbox. Listen to see all the reasoning these ponies have as to why Sony is doing this. Listen.
So Helldivers, one of your favorite games. I know that you play it quite a bit. Opening month and a half, me and you were playing that quite a bit as well. Shout out to Craig as well, and a few others that I think Link joined up with us a few times. I gotta ask you. So, what's your take? I'm not even gonna put words in the phrase. What do you think the news you heard this morning? What's your take on the situation and what it really will result at the end of the day? I know right now everybody loves to get out there and put their 2 cents out there. I even put mine out there to just say, everybody, let's hold up and see how this thing does. I have my reasons, but I want to hear what you think, Jay.
So as Jada begins to answer Mooch here, notice how he struggles. Notice how he repeats the same thing over and over. Now, remember, J-Dub is the king pony. He could turn any negative PlayStation news at the snap of a finger. But he's struggling with this one. He's coming. It's hard to believe to J-Dub for this one.
Okay, well, as Helldivers 2 being one of my most played games, I think I got over 140-something hours into the game. I play it pretty much every other day, if not every, definitely on the weekends. I play it a lot with, like you said, with the crew. Great game. I thought about it, and obviously, I've been playing it for a while. It's a great game. It is a live service game, and Mooch, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Sony just have some kind of like meeting or whatever, and they talked about the status of PlayStation and how they're gonna basically keep things, hold the strategy,
not pivot. Not pivot. They're gonna stay with what they said they were gonna do.
They're gonna stay with the course,
Yep.
and with that, they kept iterating like they told us multiple years ago that where it makes sense, the live service games were going to go to other platforms because they need the large install base. That's just live service game, and I consider Helldivers 2 a live service game, but if you look at Twitter, you'd swear it's a single player story driven game like The Last of Us or God of War. So I didn't think, right? And it's crazy. I didn't think it would be a big deal as big as it is.
So J-Dub is trying his best here how he could spin this bad news for his PlayStation brethren. You see, J-Dub is saying that everyone should know that based on the PlayStation meeting that was just held, that this game was going to come to Xbox. He is saying that the PlayStation community should have figured out long time ago that Helldivers 2 would have been on Xbox. J-Dub, are you for real? Are you for real, J-Dub? Are you telling me that when this meeting passed, when this PlayStation meeting passed, why didn't I see you or any other PlayStation focused podcast or commentator say anything or tell the community anything like, here what guys, going forward, games as a service would all be going to Xbox, the Nintendo Switch, will be going everywhere. Not one of you said that PlayStation first party games as a service was going everywhere. Now all of a sudden you are saying it's obvious. Now all of a sudden you are saying that, here what, these guys shouldn't be upset because it was known. And don't let J-Dub fool you with this rhetoric, because guess what? Sony is playing a stupid game. Sony is claiming to say, and these guys are repeating exactly what Sony is saying. It's saying, here what, we are trying out games as a service going everywhere. And all I have to say is this: Lego Horizon is not a games as a service, so why is it on the Nintendo Switch? Why is Lego Horizon on the Nintendo Switch? That's not a games as a service, J-Dub. So if you believe that PlayStation is opposed to putting single player games onto other platforms, all I will say is look at Lego Horizon. Are you guys, I mean, can't you see that? As J-Dub and the rest of the pony community grapple with what is going on currently with the state of PlayStation, we are over here laughing and eating well. Yes, the layoffs and the one studio being closed was a very heavy blow for Xbox, but this was to be expected compared to when it is, a game or a studio don't perform. It's sad, but that's just the sad reality. But let me hear what you thought about everything that was said today. Let me hear what you thought about the Helldivers 2 going to Xbox, a dead platform. Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.